What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer and I'm back with a reaction video. Again, I'm still a bit sick. I apologize if my voice or if I make any coughing noises during the reaction, so please forgive me. But today, Atlas Has Fallen has released a lengthy gameplay presentation titled Behind the Sand. Again, this is a game that it was shown off, I believe, at the Game Awards or announced at the Game Awards, and we've been seeing little bits of it here and there. And the gameplay has been looking pretty fun, but I just been needing more. I've been needing to see more of the game in action, like learn more about like the game itself before I fully commit. Otherwise, besides that, I am interested in it. The game does look pretty good. The setting is interesting with all the sand and everything like that. And yeah, I'm just everything I've seen just made me want to see more. So I'm hoping this gives me what I'm wanting and maybe will finally sell me on the game. But yeah, enough of me talking. Let's get into it.
Atlas Fallen is an action RPG. It's about combat, it's about fast-paced action, fighting, and using all your skills together to bring down cool big monsters.
So I love to work on things that are like action adventure, where you can go into a completely new space, a new fresh land, and really get into the nitty-gritty of exploring and finding hidden mysteries, and being able to artistically develop that even further is just so much fun to do.
I'm always very happy to be in this idea finding phase and then see how can we really turn it into a real game so that everything works as a whole.
We thought, okay, we did sci-fi in the past, so let's explore fantasy.
The world of Atlas is a unique medieval fantasy world where mighty gods control the fate of mankind, and they really subdued all of humankind.
So you begin your journey as an unnamed, a part of a caravan transporting essence to the golden city of Bethesda.
There are different factions in this game, and I think those you will meet most often in the game are first the fighters and the soldiers of the Thousand-Year Queen. So they're in charge of keeping the pathways clear to move the caravans with the essence through the kingdom, and they're pretty harsh against any human who opposes them.
We have a great level design team who has really worked on trying to figure out
The
how we
frame
could
rate is a
get
little
this knowledge
suspect
from
there.
the Surge games and bring it into this new, more fast-paced, movement-oriented world.
The most interesting aspect of the world of Atlas Fallen is its scale and verticality. How can we make sure that the player cannot break out of our world while also ensuring that they perceive the grandest possible freedom in the way they move and explore?
Yeah, there, the
In
frame
order
rate
to
looks
find
solid,
out
but
all
like
these things in the world,
some of
you have
those
super special
landscape
abilities.
scenes
You have
looked
the
a
sand
bit
gliding, which is
rough
basically
frame
like
rate-wise.
surfing down sand dunes and having really fast-paced exploration.
Cloud production, it became faster and faster because we noticed, oh, it's still fun, and it's even more fun if we just tune it up a bit more.
You'll also get to go to places that are completely preserved due to the world and how it is, and hidden from the sun from Thelos. So something that inspired me during Atlas Fallen was Dune. It's really cool to see how Dune approaches sand. And what I found more interesting for me to explore with Dune as a base is to look at other fantasy titles. So going from Lord of the Rings to The Witcher, and understanding how those worlds are constructed and then adding our visual twist. So taking real world examples of quarries and how sand over thousands of years would affect those states has been really interesting for us to explore.
The sand is under our control. It carries us.
We try to think out of the box that we have built for us and make the levels bigger or the player character faster or the monsters more interesting.
I think you can really find many things from our previous games in our gameplay mechanics, and this was important for us. We like to preserve many things that we think are cool and that our people can do well and that players like.
We decided to go with like different difficulty levels, but the essence we keep is the body parts, that you're able to target specific body parts of the enemy in order to have like a tactical angle to the combat.
Okay.
So we really wanted to make the fight be something that anyone can pick up and feel like they're doing fantastic things. They are like swinging their big axes, really having immediate feelings and sensations of power. I believe it is quite easy to pick up Atlas Fallen and start doing some things that people find cool. So the core of the combat system is what we call the momentum.
When the momentum meter is full, you ascend into the air and smash down on the enemy and just leave him in shatters. And that, for me at least, it's super exciting.
The Essence Stones are inspired by the implant, with this idea that the player will be able to tailor their playstyle and their moveset and will be unlocking progressively new moves, new abilities, passive and active, during the fight for the player.
Okay, so yeah, those
I
what
think
we
it
saw
feels like
last
the game
time,
really has
gameplay
two
wise.
core pillars. One is the combat, the fighting, the
Like
action.
you
and one
unlock
is the
moves, the
exploration
better
of
you
the game
do.
world.
Something really cool that I hope players enjoy is getting to these high vantage points in the world and just looking out at what's in the horizon. It's going to be really fun to see how people interact with this and how deep they go into the exploration in Atlas.
For such a grand game, having so much movement freedom is, I think, pretty unique. So there's a lot of choice for the player on how they can play the game and how they can engage with the world.
You're completely free to do crazy things and to mix things that are maybe more weird to other players, but if you like that, then maybe it's your play style and you have some very special fun, just do it.
Co-op experience in Atlas Fallen is unique in so far that the game can be experienced from start to finish almost seamlessly.
But aside from that, everything is very flexible, hopping up off at any point of the game, any point of the story. They can join with a friend, drop out, continue in solo, continue with another friend.
And that's what I think Atlas Fallen is really good at, because since we have the co-op, like a more experienced genre player can come there to help out his friend.
So there's nothing that touches humans more than the voice. And so we recorded a choir in Sofia specifically for the game, because that's another thing. Choirs can hardly be mimicked by technology. The intensity of the music changes within combat. So the more intense the combat gets, the more intense the music gets. My main job was to fill the world with sounds and with music. And I say sounds because it's all about scent, it's about essence, it's about this mystical world that you try to discover.
My
Again, the
favorite aspect
locations look
of
pretty
Atlas Fallen
sweet.
is actually that we have a very special setting and you have a very, very agile way of discovering it. You can surf through it and still there's a lot waiting for you everywhere. And I think this combination is really cool.
I hope everyone will really enjoy the game. We put all of our heart into it. We took a lot of risk again, tried to do new things, and I hope in the end people will feel the passion we put in this project and will enjoy it.
I hope players really enjoy the exploration of the game and really enjoy the fast-paced action that they have. And this combination, I hope, is unique and give them a lot of fun.
Okay. Alright guys, that was the behind the game gameplay presentation, or no, behind the sand gameplay presentation for Atlas Has Fallen. And yeah, like again, they showed a lot. I'm liking the environments, I like the diversity of them. I love just like the way you like surf through the sand and the way like they really put emphasis on it to like make sure it felt good. I'm happy about that because that's one thing that I think some games they kind of don't get right. Like the movement of exploring a world, exploring the world you're in, can sometimes make or break a game for me. That's one thing that Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man, Insomniac Spider-Man did phenomenally. Yeah, like just swinging through the city felt so good. So like when a movement across the world feels good, it makes you want to explore. So I'm really hoping that like the way that they talked about like the sand surfing, I hope it really comes together and it really does feel as good as they say. Combat wise, again, I'm not really familiar with their past titles, so when they're like talking about past systems, I'm not really sure like what they're referring to. I've known some people have sworn by the Surge and Surge 2. They say those actually are really good games. I've never played them, but I've heard good things about them. So here's to hoping on that. again, combat wise, again, I just want to know more about like how it works, because like, yes, they talk a little bit about how like you can insert passives and moves, like custom the moves that you have for yourself. And I'm just wondering if those were all the moves we saw like on the bottom of the screen last time, and like the better you do momentum they referred to, like is that how you unlock more of them? Are they available at the start? Am I just like, am I digging too far in? I'm like reading too far into it. It's just a lot more simple than it is. I don't know. Regardless, again, I just feel like I still want to see more. I'm not completely sold, but I do think the game looks good. I think it is coming along very nicely. And yeah, I can't wait till August 10th to see what people have to say about it. So yeah, those are my thoughts. That's my reaction. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I appreciate any and all feedback. Subscribe. I'm streaming on Twitch, so please consider following me there at twitch.tv/JustAGamerInc, all together in one word, or you can click the link below. But yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.